All right, hey guys, I'm going to do a hopefully quick pNode portal overview. I'll jump right in here. I use Putty to do all of I use a lot of tools, but for this I use Putty. I'm going to show you a little trick I use here. I've got my pNode number 3 is what I'm going to use today. I set up my SSH connection so that I've got my credentials saved here. Under tunnels, you can come here and you can add a port 3000, and you can forward it to localhost :3000 and hit add, and it'll jump it up here. Same with port 4000, hit add, it'll save it there. Come back up to your session, make sure you've already loaded it before and hit save. Then every time you open this, it's going to forward your ports for you. The only caveat is you only have one pNode open at a time, so you'd have to close pNode 1 before you load pNode 3, or else it doesn't know which ones to forward. You could get creative and do, port 3000 for the first one, 3001 for the second one, 3002 for the next one, etc. Do whatever you want, but just wanted to show you that. I've got my pNode 3 open here. Make sure it's got the current software. So I use this command. I add a little bit to it. I use this non-interactive mode so I can do a bunch of them without having to go through that whole menu. So I use non-interactive. I choose the update option. I set it to public, and I set the cluster to DevNet, and I hit enter, and it just goes through the whole thing. I'm going to hit pause here for a minute until it gets done. As this is going here, you see this go past here. The RPC endpoint that it's using is at HTTPS API mainnet.solana.com. That's going to be important. If you watched my previous video on clusters, that helps you understand a little bit. But I'm going to go through a little bit more here of what's wrong with this endpoint and why it's not going to work for us. Okay, my build finished here. I can see here that it restarted services, and I'm running the 3 versions that I want. So I'm going to jump into my web browser, and we'll start off here in pNode portal, which is pnodes.xandeum.network. You'll have to connect with your wallet that owns DevNet licenses. Okay, you want it to read these. These were bought using Solana mainnet ledger, and they are licenses to operate pNodes on Xandeum DevNet. Okay, keeping those layers straight here. So here you can see my 3 licenses that are owned. I can register them any way I see fit. If I wanted to assign a manager, this is where I do so. As an owner, you don't do much here other than monitor, but if you want to be an owner that hires a manager, you would select the manager you want, you'd hit select, you'd hit save, you authenticate with your wallet, which I'm going to reject because I don't want it right now, and then that manager would have this index would be available to them to set a pub key on your behalf, and all you would see is your credits accrue once that was operating right. So this page is mostly for people that want to hire managers. That'll be a totally separate video. Someone wanting to be a manager, that's a different scenario. I'm talking about owners right now that either want to set a manager or want to be their own manager. They're operating themselves. So that's what we're going to go into, is owners wanting to operate machines themselves. They don't need a manager involved at all. So let's run over to localhost now, where I just updated the software. You should see your information here. You should see your versions are up to date here. We aren't using the update software via this interface. I should just get that disabled, but it's not. Notice your pub key is here and a register pNode button here that has changed from its previous use. Now it is going to take you to the owners page where you have to do the registering there. So what I actually want to do is talk about a few things. There must be some browser caching because it is not showing the api.mainnet.solana.com. If I use that endpoint, that should be the base one when you build this, and I go to this register page, it's going to give me this 403 error. It's not allowing me to use that. And the reason is I'm on an HTTP site, non-secure, trying to load a secure element, and I'm getting a cross-origin error. It's just not going to work. The way that it's forwarding through this site to that site, it doesn't like it. I got to have the devs find a better way to do that elegantly. So what we're going to do is we're going to provide temporarily an RPC for you guys to use. For example, we got a Helios here. Anything will work as long as you put it in there, and it's allowing other websites to forward to it. So this, I'll just copy this one here. This is a mainnet key. I'll copy it. I'll paste it in here, and I'll update it, and I'll get busy showing you the rest of this as we figure that other portion out. So here now, I'm going to copy this again, and I'm going to hit register. That brings us to the owner's page. The wallet is now working with that RPC. I can see the same 3 nodes are owned by this wallet. Here's where I can change my rewards wallet again. Should mimic the public page. You could do that here also. On localhost, what I actually want to do here is, in theory, these would all be blank. I could edit these out, and I can save it. Give us a blank row to look at. And I gotta sign with my key here. Okay, so while that's going through, I should get a transaction successful here. I now see what you would normally see when you first log in here. You'd see 3 of these that are blank indexes. I do have a registration time since I've already registered this index, but it's kind of irrelevant. So what you will do is you will hit the edit button, and you will simply paste in the pub key for this node that's running. So by clicking on it, you can copy it. By going back into here, you can hit edit, paste, and then once you tab out of that box, it tells me it's already registered. So what was that key? Was it this one? Yeah, so it hasn't changed. So how about I just delete this one out so that I can actually show you what I want to show you. So right now you can see the registration time that shows here is February 27, time 2024. And I'm going to paste my key into here, and I'm going to hit save. It already updated the time, so I'll approve this. And I've got a successful transaction. So my pNode is registered, and assuming it's already been running a while, it's already accruing DevNet credits. That's the extent of what you have to do as an owner, other than keep this machine running and keep it performant, keep the network going, and periodically do updates. That's really all there is to it. After that, we'll go into managers. If somebody wants to be a manager, that'll be a separate video, but that'll probably be the next one. So in the meantime, let us know if you find any bugs or have any other concerns. Keep in touch. Thanks for watching.